for two clubs who laboured in the second division last season. A real thrill for the new season to come around, and the referee for their opening game, Roger Milford, one of the real characters on the refereeing circuit, his 9th year on the Football League list. Millwall have had to change from their normal all-blue strip to the change strip of yellow and black. It's sure to be a brisk encounter, this. That's the style of the two clubs. And it will be helped, I would feel, by the morning rain, which has really slicked up the pitch. And there's more of a feel of mid-season about this than the first day of the season. Terry Hurlock's header. For players like Hurlock who have battled away in the lower divisions, this is a very proud afternoon. George Lawrence played in the first division with Southampton. And it's Lawrence who jumps again and prods it on to Teddy Sheringham. And Lawrence with the first shot for Millwall. And not a bad effort either. With some 75 seconds played. And Lawrence looking to make an early mark on the new season. Dawes. Andy Gray, it's an interesting pass for Price. McInally, as Thompson slipped and the rookie defender was bailed out by his goalkeeper then. McInally's task was made much easier by a loss of balance by Dave Thompson there. So it was a clear shot on goal, one that Horne hauled in well. Trying to line up Hurlock, but Cowans read it. As did Dawes with the interception from McInally. Sheringham is a very thoughtful front man, as well as a goal scorer. Lawrence trying to burst between two opponents then unsuccessfully. Salman. Millwall for their part, looking composed. Briley, as the flag stayed down, and an inquest in the Villa defence led by Allan Evans, and not, it must be said, directed at the linesman. It was Hurlock's prod forward, and Briley beat the square back line, but didn't beat Spink. Thompson miscued with the header. Andy Gray is the player hoping to capitalise on that for Villa. Lawrence aiming for Sheringham, but only finding the head of Keown. But Hurlock finds Sheringham, and Hurlock again. Lawrence outside him. Cascarino, Sheringham and O'Callaghan in the middle. Briley. O'Callaghan may have called there. Briley seemed to let it go. And Millwall, just at the time where that attack was losing its purpose and direction, to get a free kick. Corner off McInally, whose tactic of rushing away, believing that that might influence the referee, didn't work that time. It might have worked once earlier in this game, I think. But the corner properly given in Millwall's favour. Taken by O'Callaghan. Cascarino! Tony Cascarino has already put his trademark on the First Division with 20 minutes gone. And he will go down in the annals as the scorer of Millwall's first goal in the First Division, with a header from some range. And some 7,000 Millwall fans who have made the journey to the Midlands from South London already have a special memory. So Cascarino, the player who came initially into the Football League with Gillingham from non-league football for a most unusual transfer fee, a set of tracksuits. When Gillingham first saw his potential, he moved on to Millwall. He's back with the Republic of Ireland as well, and that's not going to count from McInally, who was hauling Thompson back. Well, Jack Charlton called him back right at the last into the European Championship squad. He made a couple of appearances too in West Germany in the summer. So life gets better and better for Tony Cascarino. Oh, there's a mistake by a rather nervy Allan Evans. Sheringham finding Dawes. It's Cascarino again. He's scored again. This is incredible. 2 minutes for Millwall, for Cascarino. Evans was caught out. Ian Dawes saw the opportunity to get forward and cut it back perfectly for Cascarino, who I don't think hit it totally cleanly, but it was well wide of Spink and just inside that far post. Lawrence has seen a lot of the ball, but not to any purpose that time, and it's the other number 7 involved, Paul Birch. Andy Gray's onside, Horne's got to come. I would think that would be a penalty. It is. And Villa, through Andy Gray, may be taking the first step back up the ladder. Horne had to come. Gray, I think, was happy to look for the penalty, but he got it. Andy Gray, that is, because it's Stuart Gray now presiding at the penalty and scoring 2-1. It's a rip-roaring start to the First Division season at Villa Park. We've had just half an hour. We've had 3 goals, and some of the home team's morale restored here by the calmness of Stuart Gray. And we'll see now a measure of Millwall's composure. Both their victories, incidentally, over Villa last season were by 2-1, but there's an awful long way to go here. And I think, without putting the mockers on the rest of the afternoon, you do sense that other goals are in the offing. Dawes and Horne between them, getting into a right mess, and it's left McInally with the equaliser. Dear oh dear. Delight for Alan McInally. Desolation for Dawes and Horne. Well, Ian Dawes has only been a Millwall player for a couple of days, and maybe that explains this dreadful episode here from the Millwall viewpoint, but not for Aston Villa, who have made up the ground that they lost to Cascarino. 2-2. We've had a minute of time added on by Roger Milford. Well, First Division football is back in this quarter of the West Midlands in exhilarating style. Not perhaps from the coach's viewpoint. Tony Cascarino pounced twice inside 22 minutes for Millwall, but Aston Villa, certainly under Graham Taylor, would never lay down and die. First of all, Stuart Gray's penalty, and then Alan McInally pouncing on a dreadful defensive error to make it, at half-time at Villa Park, Aston Villa 2, Millwall 2, tremendous stuff. Aston Villa having come a long way along the comeback trail in this game, looking to go even further. Graham Taylor very disappointed that Aston Villa didn't win the second division championship last season when they were very much favourites in every sense for it, but Millwall came strong at the end, 7 consecutive victories at one point, and Aston Villa just with a score to settle here, and what a dramatic way it would be to settle that score if they can really come back from 2 down to win. But plenty of firepower on offer still from John Docherty's side. Cascarino! Nigel Spink showed his experience then, because he was able to check his natural impetus forward to be in the right place to pluck the header under the bar. Birch. Gage wanting the return pass from Cowans, who obliged. And it needs just a touch, and it's not there. First of all from Thompson, and then beyond him from David Platt. But that was the Gordon Cowans that we knew so well here for so many years at Villa Park, to set it all up by finding Gage, who delivered the cross. It's a case of what Roger Milford adds on for stoppage time. It's only a matter of 20 seconds. Nothing to separate in the end the two top clubs in last season's second division, but the greatest satisfaction surely for Millwall, even though they lost the 2-goal lead given to them by Tony Cascarino. Villa replying with Stuart Gray's penalty, and then Alan McInally's equaliser just before half-time. But Millwall's first match in Division 1, it's brought their first point, while Villa will be wondering whether they will still be haunted by last season's inability to win at home. The final score at Villa Park,